the Indian PM's two-day state visit to Bhutan recently.
भारत और भूटान सिर्फ सीमाओं से नहीं, संस्कृतियों से भी जुड़े।
A policy that's pro-India is ultimately pro-Bhutan.
It highlights India-Bhutan's special partnership, which is rooted in mutual trust, which is rooted in special shared heritage, and also developmental cooperation. Now, India and Bhutan has been close partners since last many decades. And both the countries have maintained close ties since time immemorial, which is why, because of shared culture, shared developmental experiences, shared economies, and shared political consistencies as well, both the countries have been very close to each other since last many decades. And this has continued even till today. Now, very recently, the Prime Minister of India was on a two-day state visit to Bhutan. Now, this marked a momentous occasion as well, because it was the 70th birthday celebration of the fourth king of Bhutan, that is Jigme Singye Wangchuk, that is K4, which is father of the current monarch king of Bhutan, that is Jigme Khesar Namgyal Wangchuk. Now, this particular visit by Prime Minister Modi to Bhutan, it highlights a special partnership between Bhutan and India, which of course is rooted in mutual trust, which is in shared heritage, which is development procedures, and also it is a part of India's much favored India's neighborhood first policy. Now, Bhutan is very, very crucial for India. First of all, for strategic reasons. Now, because Bhutan is between India and China, it definitely acts as a buffer state between China and India, preventing direct Chinese access to India's territory, which is why Bhutan strategically for India is very, very important. Now, what is the recent summit all about? What is the historical basis of India and Bhutan relationship, and what is the future of India and Bhutan relationship? All these things we'll be trying to discuss in today's session. Hello, my name is Preetpal Singh and you are watching Perspective. Now let's trace back Bhutan and India's relationship from the person whose birthday was recently celebrated, that is Jigme Singye Wangchuk. Now Jigme Singye Wangchuk was the fourth king of Bhutan. He ascended the throne in the year 1972 at the age of 16, a mere age of 16. And he continues his father's legacy of maintaining close ties with India, of course. Now he was also appointed as the chairman of Bhutan's Planning Commission in the year 1971. Now he coordinated the first 5-year plan modeled on India's planning journey, and the framework was supported by India since the year 1961. So the inspiration of 5-year plans and how developmental proceeds or how developmental process would go on in Bhutan was also taken from India itself, and India on forefront definitely helped Bhutan a lot in this particular process. Also in 1974, Bhutan's currency was pegged to Indian rupee at 1:1 ratio, which ensured stable bilateral trade between the countries and also to an extent very deep financial integration between the countries. Also diplomatically, when Bhutan wanted to grow, it was under the shield of India itself, which means it kept India informed while initiating any of its diplomatic missions, which means when Bhutan joined UN in the year 1971, it was also after informing India, and that too after that when 1985, when Bhutan joined SAARC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, as a founding member, that was also after telling India that they are going to join. Bhutan also initiated border talks with China in the year 1984, and that too after consultation with the Indian leadership. And all these things, where consultation of India is concerned, it highlights and it reflects strategic transparency and coordination between both the nations, which is again very vital because Bhutan is in our neighborhood, a very direct neighborhood of ours. Now from 1971 till now, which has been 50 plus years, India-Bhutan has shared cooperation across multiple sectors. Some of the sectors we've already seen. Another very important sector is hydropower section or hydropower cooperation, which is definitely the economic backbone of Bhutan. Now, Bhutan's hydropower partnership with India is also very deep-rooted. There are certain projects, specifically 3, that is Chukha, that is Kurichu, and that is Tala. Now, all these 3 projects, first of all, Chukha, it provides around 336 megawatt electricity. Then Kurichu, it provides 60 megawatt electricity. And Tala, it provides 1020 megawatt electricity, which means these projects are massive for hydroelectricity generation for the people of Bhutan. Now, these projects were built on a grant loan model, that is 60-40, which became the bedrock of Bhutan's export revenue and also India's clean energy import. So, hydropower cooperation, both the countries are very much related to each other. Not just this, in relation to security cooperation as well, both the countries have been very close, which means that there was one operation known as Operation All Clear. Now, this Operation All Clear of 2003 was with India's support to eliminate insurgent groups like ULFA, like NDBF, like KLO from Bhutanese soil. So, which means India has helped Bhutan in its internal security matters as well. Which means India has been a close partner and has helped Bhutan in its internal security as well. Not just this, India has helped Bhutan in strengthening and enhancing its defense and border cooperation as well, marking a milestone in a regional security synergy. Also, we know that Jigme Singme Wangchuk, who is the fourth king of Bhutan, he also abdicated his seat in the year 2006, paving a way for Bhutan's democratic transition, which happened in the year 2008. Now, Jigme Singme Wangchuk also oversaw the India-Bhutan Friendship Treaty of 2007, which replaced the 1949 provision that Bhutan would be guided by India with mutual cooperation and sovereign equality. So that was replaced by the India-Bhutan Friendship Treaty of the year 2007. Now, other than that, if we see commerce and trade as well, India and Bhutan are very close. India is Bhutan's leading trade partner, which means it is the top trading partner of Bhutan, with bilateral trade tripling from the year 2014-15 to the year 2022-2023. In the year 2014-15, the bilateral trade between the two countries was around $484 million. By the year 2022-2023, the trade tripled to around $1,615 million. That is $1.6 billion, which has actually tripled. Also, you know about the 2007 India-Bhutan Friendship Treaty. Alongside that, in the year 2016, there was a trade, commerce and transit agreement, which established a free trade regime and a duty-free transit of Bhutan's goods through India, which is again a very remarkable feat for Bhutan with respect to India. Also, another integral thing to note here is that India contributes around 50% of the Bhutan's foreign direct investments, spanning across various sectors in Bhutan, whether it be banking, manufacturing, trade, hospitality, education, etc. Now, since we have understood historical and close binding relationship between India and Bhutan, let us talk about this recent visit of PM Modi to Bhutan. Now, this visit is seen to be renewing the partnership and vision between both the countries. Now, first of all, as we all know, that PM Modi attended the 70th celebration of K4, recognizing his pivotal role in shaping India and Bhutan ties. That is one. Also, alongside this, Indian PM, that is PM Modi, inaugurated around 1020 megawatt Punatsangchhu-II hydroelectricity project, which is a symbol of long-standing energy partnership between the two. Now, alongside this, PM Modi have also announced a 4,000 crore concessional credit line for new energy projects in Bhutan. And India has reaffirmed its around 10,000 crore assistance under the Bhutan's 12th five-year plan for development across infrastructure in the country in Bhutan, also for agriculture, for fisheries and for healthcare as well. In all these spheres, this 10,000 crore grant would be spent by the Bhutanese government, given by India. Now, other than having deep-rooted cultural, social, people-to-people and also commerce and trade-related ties and defense-related ties, it is the right time for India and Bhutan to look for new frontiers, new areas of cooperation, so both the countries can synergetically grow alongside each other. One such area of cooperation is the fintech area, that is financial technology area. Other than that, expansion on collaboration can be done on other innovation projects, on entrepreneurship, on space technology, on different regions or different areas spanning across various themes. Cooperation between India and Bhutan could be seen. One is this innovation related things. Second is boosting rail connectivity between the two countries. That is linking Gelephu and Samtse with India's territory, with India's rail network to enhance the trade ties and trade access between India and Bhutan. Also for better regional integration, border infrastructure alongside inland waterways also needs to be secured. And there should be immediate finalization of the 3 pending MOUs in relation to renewable energy, healthcare and mental health services between India and Bhutan at the soonest, at the earliest. Now, other than giving 10,000 crores to Bhutan's 12th five-year plan, Indian PM also offered prayers at the Thasi Churjong Monastery at the Pipar Hawa relics of Lord Buddha, underscoring shared Buddhist heritage between India and Bhutan, where we share culture, where we share religion, and we share proper traditions equally. Also, PM Modi participated in the Global Peace Prayer Festival, which again symbolized India-Bhutan's shared commitment to the principles of peace and harmony. Also, another important thing for you to know is that the king's birthday, the 70th birthday of the fourth king, he was responsible for a lot many things in Bhutan. First of all, he conceptualized the globally organized philosophy of gross national happiness, GNH, for which Bhutan is known a lot. Also, he is responsible for redefining that development is also the well-being of humans, and which goes well beyond the GDP numbers. That is very, very important thing. And he also advocated for a clear balance between proper growth, economic growth, cultural preservation, environmental sustainability, and good governance. All these things should go hand in hand. That is, growth should be there, economic growth should be there, alongside that cultural growth also should be there, environmental growth also should be there, and governance related, it should be good governance with the virtue of doing something good for some other. Since we have a very clear understanding of the historical background of a relationship between India and Bhutan, we know specifically about the recent PM Modi's visit to Bhutan as well. What is the need of the hour is that what is the way forward between the relationship between India and Bhutan. We all know that the relationship is based on deep-rooted culture, on mutual respect, mutual trust, deep-rooted traditions, and the shared culture of Buddhism between the two countries. Alongside that, there is economic cooperation between the two countries as well. Alongside that, there is hydropower electricity cooperation between the two countries as well, and there is transport-related connectivity between the two countries as well. Now, the question is, what should be the way forward? How these countries should take their steps or take their relationship to the next levels in order to get the maximum benefit out of their relationship, bilateral relationships. First is that economic concerns needs to be addressed. That means the trade agreement should be made more free and fair. It should address Bhutan's concerns about dependency and perceived imbalances in the future as well. I'm ready for it. Also, Bhutan's concerns over perceived imbalances and perceived dependency needs to be corrected. India is ready for it. Other than that, India's investments, Bhutan should encourage more Indian investments in different sectors which would reduce the reliance on hydropower and fostering sustainable development. What we need to understand here is, also together, both India and Bhutan must cooperate to address the global challenges as well. So we need to monitor and adapt to China's growing influence in the region, but we need to retaliate to China as well. We need to see that Bhutan feels safe, secure, and safeguarded by India in its foreign policy decisions, and they should take its decisions independently without any influence from any other country. Also, we need to collaborate in different multilateral forums. We need to collaborate more better than what we were collaborating before in relation to economic trade, in relation to boosting regional stability, and on multilateral platforms, both the countries need to collaborate. That is a given. Now, last but not the least, since people-to-people ties between Bhutan and India are very deep-rooted, what we need to again promote is that we need to provide formalized tourist setups for people of both the countries to visit each other's countries, and to know about the culture, to know about the specific heritage, specific people of both the countries. So, joint tourism initiatives need to be taken by the government of both the countries in order to promote people-to-people interaction, so that Bhutan people can also experience India and Indian people can also go and experience Bhutan. Now, looking ahead in future, India and Bhutan's relationship holds considerable potential in future. Now, though Bhutan is a very close partner with India, but other partners of India as well, other neighbors of India as well, should also work in sync, like Nepal, like Bangladesh, like Myanmar, like Sri Lanka, and several other countries as well who are our neighborhood. We need to ensure that neighborhood first policy of India is at the forefront, and we need to follow this policy at the best. If our neighbor needs anything from us, definitely we have been the first responder as well. In the year of 2021, also during COVID-19 crisis as well, we distributed free vaccines to a lot of underdeveloped and developing nations all across the world, and which is why India's diplomacy with Bhutan also needs to be seen in this particular broader, wide-ranged context. I hope you gained a new perspective from this session. Do let me know what are your views surrounding India and Bhutan's relationship. All the very best. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.